We are joined right now, very pleased to be joined by Dennis Howard, who is watching the pancake feed. Dennis has obviously coached here at the high school for 10 or 15 years. Now, Dennis, I know I'm glad I didn't end up signing up for the pancake feed. I think you're glad you didn't too.
Oh, definitely. No way could you know that. Watching them last year and this year, it's no. Well, thank you. I would get sick.
Well, we had you on specifically. I saw you here. I'm in my Minnesota Vikings garb, even though it's not football season. You're in your Dragons. You got a shirt on that says Dragons Summer Camp with a big football on there. It's football, do or die, baby.
It's always football. Always, all year long, 24/7, all time.
And now one of our football players from Pine City playing down at TCF Bank Stadium. Talk a little bit about Adam Olson as a player we remember last year throughout most of the season. He was among the leaders in the state of Minnesota, regardless of class, for rushing yards. And I think as magical of a season as you guys had last year here in Pine City, the overwhelming recurring thought you have about the 2010 team is Adam Olson busting into the open and taking one the distance. What a dangerous young running back this kid is.
Oh, extremely, extremely. Very smart, very coachable kid. It seems like he's been playing with us forever, from 7th grade on. He's been somewhere on the field, either as a defensive back or as a running back. And over the last couple of years, he really came into his own as a running back. He put a lot of time and effort in the offseason, working weight-wise and stuff, and really concentrated on his football.
And he's playing down at TCF Bank Stadium today in the high school football all-star game. Now, I'm told he's only the third player from Pine City to play in this game. I know the game has changed a little bit throughout the years. You're aware of the other two guys as well who played.
Tom Nelson played back in probably the 80s. He was a quarterback, and then Jordan Munson, I coached him. He was one of our defensive linemen. So kind of fun to see these guys get down there after putting all these efforts in and get some accomplishment at the end.
Yeah, Jordan made this game back in 2008. Here's Adam in 2011. As he moves to the next level playing football, you know, at high school, it's different than playing college. No matter which level you're playing at, the players are just bigger, they're faster. What types of things do you think Adam has in his game, in his repertoire, that's going to help him be successful? Because I know we're both rooting big time for Adam as he goes to Minnesota Southwest State and Marshall this fall.
Well, he's the type of guy that takes on any challenge. I mean, he worked really hard to get where he was this year, and I'm sure at that next level he's going to work just as hard. I mean, he wants to be an offensive weapon for them down there, wide receiver, slot receiver type person. He's worked really hard at running, at getting open, just the little things that need to make a better player out of him, and he's done all that.
Not only is he an awesome player on the field, but talking with Coach Jared Paulzine about the class of this young man off the field, it's kind of reminiscent of the way Ty Clark was the leader of the basketball team here in Pine City. More of the silent spoken type. They let their actions lead the way. I'll never forget last fall when the Dragons football team came out and walked all the little kids from out south of town. They walked them all the way down to the elementary, and there Adam Olson was the best football player on the team, idolized by a lot of these kids in Pine City. He's out there in the morning leading the little kids down there. He's just a quality guy.
And I think he knew that too. I mean, he knew what kind of a role model he was for the younger kids down there, and I think he exemplified that, you know, by the work he did and how he handled himself on and off the field with everybody.
This is Dennis Howard talking on WCMP. Adam Olson playing at a big high school all-star game down at TCF Bank Stadium. You mentioned you might try to make the trek down there and see that this afternoon?
Oh, I would love to. I'd love to. I mean, I've been to all three of them. Of course, not as a coach for all three, but the last two as a coach. So it'd be fun to go down there and see it. Again, there's only been 3 at Pine City, so it's fun to be down there and support them for all they've done for us for the years too. And be there for them.
All right, Dennis. One last question before I let you go. Last year was a fantastic season with Adam Olson. Nate Windorf was a senior quarterback, and obviously losing Mike Hansman, who is another running back on that team, one of the 4 guys who won the state championship. You're losing a lot of speed on the field and a lot of veteran leadership. What kind of a season are we? What kind of a team are we looking at this year in Pine City?
Well, that's always kind of the challenge every year is how we're going to retool and regroup every year. And everyone says, well, how are you going to get better than you were last year? But you know, we seem to find out every year that we get better. You know, people step in, step up. Last year we didn't think we were going to do that well. We came back from the camp up in Duluth, which is also this weekend, and won King of the Hill. And we beat some big schools from the cities down there, so we had no idea that was going to happen, and the season went like it did. So you never know. I mean, kids step up, new ones come in and fill the places, they take up the challenge, and we always come back. Seems like we find a way to do it.
If you could do like Dorothy did in Wizard of Oz, click your heels together, on the and snap your fingers and have it be August already? Would you be ready to roll right through July and say, let's get football season going?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready right now. Right now.
That's right. We get to skip all that summer heat too.
Yes.
Dennis Howard thinks a lot like I do, and I really love this guy. A brotherhood without mothers here in Pine City. The kindred spirits of guys who love football, love the Dragons, and wish Adam Olson all the best at that high school all-star game. One more mention of our sponsors who are making these broadcasts possible.